everybody. We're in the kitchen today, as if you couldn't tell already. This is another episode of Creativity is Contagious. The reason that we're in the kitchen is because I'm baking cookies, and I'm trying to get a little creative, but not go to too much trouble because I don't have time. So I try to incorporate using some of the store-bought things to help me speed up and get my project going. I am going to make the fillings and the icing sort of by scratch or by hand. I'm taking my own ingredients and putting them together and making good, yummy fillings and toppings for the cookies so that they'll sort of be homemade. Now this is a package that I bought and I mixed all of the egg and oil together. Nothing extravagant. It already had the peanut butter flavoring and stuff. And then I'm going to fill them like sandwich cookies with a filling in the middle. I put a parchment paper on this dark pan. This is another one of my favorite new things to use that I found out about. It keeps the cookies from burning on the bottom, or breads. If you make a lot of bread and you have trouble with it being light on top, but the bottom staying or getting dark, the parchment paper is the answer to your problem. Try it out. You'll love it. It comes in rolls and in a box, sort of like tin foil and plastic wrap. I've also made some, these are peanut butter cookies, and I'm making a peanut butter and cream cheese frosting to go in between. And I've also made, these are just the refrigerated dough cookies, and I'm going to make an icing to put on top of these. So some of them will have the icing and some won't. And it's just to dress it up and make it look a little bit more appetizing. I just love cooking. I always have. I try to make it a little inventive because you have to do it every day. And I don't want it to be a chore, and I want our food to be interesting and delicious. So I get in the kitchen as often as I can, and I've always enjoyed it ever since I was a kid. This is something that I made this weekend. It was a lot of fun, something that I had been wanting to do. It's a birthday plate. I had seen the idea for when you have birthdays at your house and you want to make it a special day for the birthday person, you just get a special plate. Wherever I heard the idea, they had suggested to just get a bright red plate or platter or a charger and let that be the birthday plate. But I wanted to make one, so I hand painted this at a ceramics studio this weekend, and it was a lot of fun. But the neat thing about this, it did not have to be fired, and I was surprised because the lady running the booth at the arts fair, she just told me that we could spray paint it with a clear shellac or very thick clear coat glaze, and that after it dries and it's had time to cure, you can just put a doily on it to keep it from getting your food transferring anything that might come from that paint, but it shouldn't transfer anything. You just never want to cook on this type of a plate or put it in the dishwasher or the microwave. You want to hand wash it. So that'd be nice to put cookies on because they're not going to be really messy. So I'll just put the doily here, and that would make a nice gift for someone too. But I want my plate back. I'm going to try to reuse it a lot of times. Okay, I just wanted to show you real quick about the filling that I'm using to make for the peanut butter cookies, the sandwich cookies. This is just cream cheese, a box of cream cheese, and about the same amount of peanut butter and powdered sugar. You want to put about a cup or half to 3/4 of a cup of powdered sugar in there to make it a little sweet because it is a filling, but it's still not going to be too sweet. It's really good. Oh, and I forgot my most important thing. While I'm in the kitchen, don't forget to wear your apron. These are wonderful. These are the things that kids are making in school nowadays, and sometimes at churches. And their artwork goes right on either a mouse pad or a mug, or in this case, an apron. And I received this as a Christmas gift, and it is one of my most treasured possessions because they knew that I wore an apron every day. And this way I can remember my sweetheart that made this for me. He's so talented. This is Alexander's artwork, and I'm very proud of him. So, okay, we're going back to the cookies. I'm going to also make the frosting for the raisin cookies, so I want to show you here real quick what we should do for that. It's just a simple buttercream frosting. You can get the recipe usually on the package of the powdered sugar. It's the powdered sugar, a little bit of butter, a little bit of milk, and a little bit of vanilla. Now I'm choosing to use a clear vanilla instead of the dark brown that you're accustomed to, because this makes a prettier, whiter frosting. So I'm going to put a little bit of that, just a little bit, a little dab will do ya. I'm going to put my milk in there, and I think I'm going to nuke my butter just a little bit because I'm afraid that it's a little too hard right now for me to use. And I think we're running a little bit close on time, so I want to kind of speed this up, but I think we've covered everything. I'm hiding my fried chicken. I don't want you to know that I eat fried chicken and I love it. This is the second time this week I've had fried chicken, and fried chicken from the grocery store is so good, especially after a long day of work. And I think that's about everything that I had to cover here today, but I hope that you have fun when you're in the kitchen and enjoy everything about it. It can be creative and it can get contagious, so get in there and start cooking. Tune in next week for another episode of Creativity is Contagious with Kimbo Daniel.